Here we go, Monday morning, and all I gotta say is whoever invented running on the freaking street needs to be punched in the damn face. My knees hurt so damn bad, and I'm definitely not 18. God bless. I
Is
took a
that your
bath.
birthday present to yourself to injure yourself and prove
Yes.
how old you are?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I just wanted to feel as old as I freaking,
Well, you shouldn't go out and run like that when you're 57 years old.
All right.
57. If I'm 57, that makes you what, 62?
Happy retirement, Keith.
62 and a half, you made it.
Holy shit. I look good for 62.
Dude, I can tell you on that run this weekend, I was keeping my pace running along, and this old dude, if he wasn't 75, or maybe even closer to 80, flat out, he started behind me and he flew past me like I wasn't even moving. I'm like, I might as well
Was
walk.
somebody pushing his
That's
wheelchair? Like,
And then somebody else was running with the oxygen tank behind him. I mean, it was great.
Keith is not Bernie. I'm actually Bernie. Today we're doing 3 truths and a lie, so I thought I'd start right off the bat.
Well, I mean, you know how Keith's lying, his mouth is moving. So that was definitely a good PT, but I needed a couple of days to freaking recover, Stacy. Holy hell. But it was I'll say it was worth it.
It was a good birthday present to himself. Donnie loves having birthdays, especially on social media.
I do enjoy birthdays. What I don't enjoy is the messages from people I haven't heard from in years that say, "Happy birthday. Did you know we can help you with your merchant services?"
Oh, wow, right?
Yeah.
Let's use it as a time to spam.
Yeah.
It takes the whole pitch slap to a whole nother level.
Well, and what's funny is that same person who sent it to me, as I scrolled up a little bit in the feed, they did the same thing to me last year. Happy birthday. We could save you money on merchant services. So obviously someone is buying into it. It's working, or, they have some really bad, person behind the scenes.
Oh my God! Hey, the bottom floor is stepping up.
Oh.
We just saw Keith's career.
Wow. Wow.
Would have been multiple flushes.
So did you do anything for your birthday really other than run and be old?
No.
Anything?
No. I was
I cooked for him the day before.
Not well.
I put on a 15-pound brisket and 4-pound picanha steak and 8 pounds of macaroni and cheese, 5 pounds of beans.
It was actually pretty good. We played some croquet, and Keith cheated at freaking bags, whatever the hell you call that.
Oh yeah, my older brother and I ran 9 games in a row, undefeated.
Yeah, how'd croquet work out?
My ball ended up in the back 40 somewhere in a ditch.
Like literally in the
some asshole quit playing the game halfway through and just started chasing balls.
So
he knew he was going to lose.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys play croquet, but the way we play it is whoever gets the pin all the way around to the pin becomes the seeker, and then you come out, and whoever ball you hit from there, you take them out of the game.
Oh,
so when I realized Keith and Scott were way ahead, I said, "Fuck it," and I just going back, started chasing them. I knew
they just won cornhole 9 times in a row, and I can let them win croquet too.
So, but it was funny though, because Peyton, who was in last place the entire thing, gets to the very end, comes out to be seeker, and I just hit him, took him out of the game to win the whole damn thing. So it worked perfect.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are crazy.
So well, this should be a little bit of an interesting show, because we're going to bring on a pretty introverted person as our guest today, who does not like the limelight, does not like being front and center, but he's also helping us produce this whole thing. So we'll see how happy and chipper he is as we bring on. Go ahead, Peyton.
He combed his hair before he. Oh no, he didn't.
Nope.
He looks the exact same Keith as when we saw him 5 seconds ago.
So welcome, Peyton. We promise that we won't make you cry too much.
I don't believe that for a second. I expect nothing less than coming off the show with tears.
I guarantee you're gonna cry.
Peyton knows what's up.
I will say one thing about Peyton before we get into the game is This motherfucker plays Fortnite better than the rest of us.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because he's like a third your age.
Well, yeah, he's 12 and looks like he's 11. So
Thanks, Donnie.
Although I will say, Peyton will probably back me up on this. We played with my my son last night, and that dude just ran circles around us.
Yeah, I was working hard to try and keep up, and I couldn't keep up.
I told you, all I do is try and follow that kid around the map, and he's like killing everybody by himself. Like nobody even gets a chance.
Yeah.
I feel like that's everybody I play against, though. They're probably the worst players on the planet, but they look like Wesley just freaking nuking everybody. So
Yeah.
Well, let's get into this game, Peyton.
All right, let me share screen.
Oh,
That was said
my
with a lot
first
of
time
enthusiasm.
sharing a screen.
It took Keith an hour and a half last time.
That's Mr. Tech to you.
All right, become a millionaire. These are all going to be based on movie questions. So
How are we
first
doing?
up,
Are we
we've
just
got-
shouting? Are we just shouting out answers?
I'm going to go down the top. So I'm going to start with Donnie at the top, and then we'll go to Keith. So if Donnie fucks up, we'll move on.
Oh,
Which film feature lines the fastest who gets paid and the fastest who gets laid? Talladega Nights has got to be.
Yay!
Are you sure that wasn't Jaws? You sure that wasn't Jaws?
Question.
I've got some
Oh.
easy ones, but I've got some difficult ones in there too. And once he
King of
fucks
the
up, we'll move on.
world. I'm pretty sure that's Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
Pineapple
Titanic.
Express.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody
Water
knows
boy.
classic line from Pineapple Express.
Bobby Boucher.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is easy. All right. Moving on from the easy rounds.
Oh, okay.
And we start with
Okay.
Bernie.
That was a warm up.
Bernie, here you go.
Oh, I know this one.
I do too.
That was Vigo.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yes, it
Vigo.
was.
Such a
Should have been Christopher Walken doing that role.
Oh man.
Oh, I know this one. Is it mine?
Yeah.
It's Sean Beam.
Correct.
Yay!
How come I keep getting the yays?
Yeah,
I have to keep going over from one screen to the other. So sometimes I'm on it, and sometimes I'm like, a little too much going on. All right, Keith.
That's Gary Cole. Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Brady.
Oh,
All right,
you
I'm
got
done
it.
with that.
Yay. Look at you.
I'm done with yays.
I don't
Yeah.
know who Gary Cole is.
I don't either.
He played. They remade the movie The Brady Bunch, and he was the dad.
Oh.
Huh.
Brady.
All right, Stevie.
Highest grossing animated film ever?
Ooh.
Ever.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
God.
I mean, it's between Toy Story 4 and Lion King.
Okay.
It's got to be. I'm
He
gonna
said,
go
"Okay,
with
pick
Brett.
one."
Bernie. What do you guess?
I would guess Lion King. of the two.
Okay.
That's
Yay!
That would have been my guess too.
Yeah. Like, I think I looked them up. These are the top 4 grossing movies ever, like animated films. So the fact
Wow.
Really?
that Bros 2023 is up there is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
As well.
kind of stupid.
There.
See you, Stacy. Movie.
Is this supposed to
What's
be-
the least expensive movie to earn over $1 billion?
Yeah, the least
The le-
expensive movie. The lowest budget that made over $1 billion globally.
I'm gonna say Jurassic Park because it was made so long ago.
I'm gonna say Joker.
Joker.
All right. Bernie, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Minions just to be
No,
different.
the animation's expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
animation is expensive. It was
Joker.
Joker.
Yay.
Yeah. But again, I looked them up. Like, these are over $1 billion, but this one was obviously the most expensive out of the 4.
Right. Wow.
Crazy.
Who won the 20 Golden Globe for Best Actor? That's got to be
Oh,
Brendan
the whale.
Fraser, The Whale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The whale.
See, I thought for sure y'all would have a hard time on that one. I don't know. I know Brandon Fraser. But
I
don't
actually,
know
I actually
anybody else in any
finally
of these
just a few
movies.
months ago watched that entire movie. It's pretty good, actually.
I
Did
had
agree?
no
Yeah.
desire,
I haven't
so-
seen it yet.
All right,
So
Keith,
it's
add
good.
it to the list, I guess. You got a list of movies I got to watch.
Oh,
Oh,
bonus
Oh,
round.
Bonus.
bonus. There he is.
Bone around.
Oh.
Movie was a record for most retakes of a single scene.
The Young Master with
Most
Jackie
retakes.
Chan.
Oh yeah, it's got to be Jackie Chan.
Spider-Man lunch tray scene.
I don't know.
The Shining.
City
Lights.
Lights
Oh,
with Charlie Chaplin because of all they didn't have CGI back then, so they had to recreate all themselves. I'm gonna go with City Lights.
All right,
Shining.
Donnie's on The Shining.
The Shining.
Bernie,
I'm gonna go with Spider-Man.
and then Stevie Dawn.
I think it's The Shining.
It is Charlie Chaplin.
Oh wow.
Wow, good
Yeah,
job,
I think it
Keith.
was
Way to go,
like
Keith.
it was over
You
400
gotta remember all the
retakes that he did.
all the trick shots back then. They didn't have CGI, so they had to like recreate all these like 30 different angles to get one scene.
What's crazy is that Charlie Chaplin was actually the director for this one. So he just reshot his own scene 400 and something times.
Jesus.
He was getting paid by the hour.
Yeah, right. That's how you do it.
Right.
Just sketch of Rose in Titanic.
So who physically
Oh.
drew the painting? Or the
Cameron.
drawing?
Cameron, that would be my guess.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna guess DiCaprio.
Ooh.
Bernie?
Zane's a good one.
I think he's pretty
I'm gonna go with
talented.
Cameron too.
It was James Cameron.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where were the Lord of the Rings movies filmed?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hard pressed to get us on those fantasy movies.
I know. I was trying.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
thought I'd
item
throw
is
one
in
in.
every Fight Club scene?
In
What?
every
Oh,
scene,
shit.
this item.
I
is
have
there.
no idea.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's either a Pepsi bottle or a Coca-Cola can.
Yeah, because that's the two
Gotta
that are
be.
in there.
Bernie.
Yeah, which one's sponsored?
Right?
I'm
No, I
gonna go
wanna
with
hear-
Coca-Cola can.
I
I'm
want
gonna
all
go
of
with-
y'all's answers. Yeah.
Pepsi, just to go opposite of Bernie. Oh,
I'm gonna
is
say
it a
it's-
Dunkin'
I'm gonna say
Donut?
it's- It was a Sprite can.
Starbucks.
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 Wow, that was an
There's a Starbucks
expensive.
in
Really?
every scene.
I was just thinking like Fight Club was older than like the Starbucks trend.
Hey, did you guys see? We have a guest in here all the way from Ireland. Sharon flew to Ireland over the weekend.
Oh, she did. She did.
Yeah. Some of the lost our noise in Jurassic Park are actually which
Mhm.
animals mating? Childers, the Childers family.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Are
man.
animals
God.
mating?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say tortoises because they make such funny noises.
I'm
Oh,
going
you've
with
seen
frog.
those videos, Keith?
Oh yeah, I got them on rerun.
Bernie and Stevie, what are y'all saying?
Oh man.
Ugh. Crocodiles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crocodiles too. Why
Yeah.
not?
Tortoises.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Why
they do make
Google it.
knows that
Really
is a
weird
different question for a
sounds.
different day.
Google it if
Yeah.
you want a little chuckle.
No.
No, I think I could not do that and be okay with my life there.
In the Sandlot, the dog is nicknamed the Beast. What's that
I'm
dog's
gonna go with
actual
Goliath.
name?
Goliath is my guess.
No, it's Zeus.
Atlas.
It's Zeus.
You're all wrong again. It's
Wow,
Hercules.
Hercules. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I love,
Wow.
We
I love when we're all
adamant
wrong.
too. Yeah, we were all pretty adamant.
Everybody's wrong.
They're like, no, absolutely, I know this one. No,
Sharon.
nobody knew this one.
Yes, Sharon, you do. The winner is Donnie.
Fuck all the way
Oh,
off.
yeah.
All the way off.
That's accurate. Accurate.
We don't keep score. Too funny. Well, Peyton, you're saved by the guest, so we're
I
going to
am.
give you reprieve today as we bring on my buddy, Mr. Larry.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Hey, Larry.
red hat in the room.
Freaking glad I
Right.
could make it.
How are you, honey?
Listen, Larry, I knew it was you. I that's why I put red in my hat today.
I appreciate you, man.
Nice.
No, Donnie, I hit you up on LinkedIn, man. I was having some hardcore tech issues. I could not get in, but I managed to get that resolved. That's
Well,
why
don't worry. We'll just call you Keith.
I apologize.
Oh, all
Oh,
good,
man.
dude. All
Andrew.
good. All good. You know, luckily we're used to carrying Keith and Bernie, so you being a little bit late doesn't hurt us at all.
Don't
Cool,
don't
cool,
don't put up with that shit, Larry.
No, I'm glad to be just like one of the team. This feels good.
Nice. Well, really quick, Larry, introduce yourself, who you are. We're going to dive into a quick interview, then we're going to harass you the rest of this as we go through, play some more games and all kinds of fun stuff.
Man, that sounds amazing. Well, as you know, I'm Larry Roberts. I'm the founder and owner of Red Hat Media here in Dallas, Texas. We specialize in podcasts, personal branding, and AI content creation.
Ooh.
Love it.
I didn't know about that last one. That wasn't on the list last time we talked.
Ah, that's new.
Yeah, that last year was huge, man. You know, my professional background, my corporate background was in IT. So I was a business intelligence analyst back in the day. So we were using AI.
That sounds important.
It does sound that way, but it really sucked. It was kind of boring. But
Well, and you almost lost that job because of a podcast, right?
I did, yes. My first
Oh, that's
podcast.
right. I want to hear
had
that
the,
story.
I had the choice to either lose the show or lose my job. So at the time, I didn't have the testicular fortitude to step out on my own, so I lost the show. But that's the way it goes.
So AI content creation, what does that look like?
Well, it looks like a variety of things. Matter of fact, if you look over that shoulder, I wrote an entire book using AI called Under the Red Hat. If you were at the Badass Business Summit late last year, we talked about the book coming out. The book came out about 6, maybe 8 weeks ago. And about 80% of the book is written with AI. And I let you know right out of the gate, as soon as you open the cover, there's a disclaimer telling you it was written with AI and why I did it and what we learned from doing it and what you can learn from doing it and blah, blah, blah. So it turned out to be a really, really great exercise. And it's been super fun since the book came out.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
do you just like open Chat GPT and say, write a book on red hats, and then it just does it?
It's almost that simple. Almost.
Oh, okay.
No, I've actually done a proof of concept with several people, and the book came about because I kind of got exposed, if I'm being honest. Late last year, I flew out to San Diego to do a talk for Entrepreneurs Organization, their San Diego hub. And it was all about AI content creation. And I was up there for, I don't know, hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes, something like that. And after the talk, everybody's hanging out and talking and like, dude, we loved your talk. And I'd love to buy your book. I didn't have a book. I'm like, this sucks. So being the AI guy that I thought I was, I ran home and said, man, I got to figure something out. And I've gotten hardcore with ChatGPT into persona modeling, basically setting ChatGPT up where it can sound exactly like you. And because of my experience in the persona modeling arena there, I was able to make ChatGPT sound a lot like me. All 12 chapters of the book talk about the red hat, use the red hat analogy for personal branding. And I even thought I'd be an overachiever. And I actually wrote chapter 3 all by myself. So that was quite the accomplishment too.
So the book only has 3 chapters. That's awesome.
Chapter 3 is 2 pages, and it is chapter 3, and then
It's literally thanks, Larry. That's the chapter 3.
Larry, don't
That's
put up that
awesome,
shit. That's 3 more chapters than my book has. So
There you go. No, but I've actually done it for a couple of other people too, and it's turned out really well. And it's actually a product now that we offer here at the company. So
That's very cool.
if you're a speaker and you're looking to get out there and write a book, and you just don't quite have the time, or you're not necessarily gifted in the writing arena, we can help you out there. So kind of cool.
Very cool.
Dude,
What was the process for your editing? And I mean, because obviously you got to be able to massage a little bit of what comes out of ChatGPT. You can't just copy and paste it right into a book. So what was that process?
Bernie said massage.
A little early, but I'm down.
Oh my gosh.
The
I think it was
process
a face massage.
it's very iterative. So I used ChatGPT to get the outline of the book and got all 12 chapters laid out. Then I went through and just expanded on each of the chapters. And in all honesty, I should have had a copy here on the desk, but my goal in writing the book too was I wanted to make sure it had a spine, because I didn't want to write a pamphlet. I wanted to write a book. And if it doesn't have a spine where you can put the title and your logo in it, that's not a book. And in my opinion, it is a book. Don't get me wrong. If there's an author out there that has a book that's crushing it and it doesn't have a spine, then rock on. But for me personally, it's like I didn't want to come
like Donnie can't come up with enough words to make a spine for a book, but I'm with you, Larry. If it
But unlike Stevie, at least I do have a spine. Continue, Larry.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So we just kept going back and forth, man, and building out on the content. And then my business partner, Sarah Losi, I actually own 2 companies. My other company is called Branded, where I have a business partner, Sarah Losi, and she's a professional writer. So she helped me through the editing process and making sure that everything looked like it should look and read like it should read. And it worked out really, really well.
That's awesome. Very cool.
It is awesome.
I love how we meet people at Summit and hear amazing things, and then they continue to grow and get better and excel. And I don't know. That's just cool.
I think that's part of the whole entrepreneur journey, right? Is getting this thing going and figuring it out. I mean, shit, I've been at the podcast game for 10 years now. 24 is my 10-year anniversary here. Probably, I don't know, we'll call it Aprilish. It's probably my 10-year anniversary. So it's just been, and Donnie, you've been here for probably half of it. It's been quite the evolution. So
Yeah, it's been wild. I mean, dude, when I first met you, you were doing a podcast that you can tell you weren't really into. It was after you had to shut down the one you were totally into. You
Yeah.
weren't wearing the red hat. You were wearing ball caps and everything. But it's been since I've known you that you've actually become a brand. I've been fascinating watching all the stages and shit you get on. I was fucking so I don't want to say felt sorry for you, but dude, I felt so bad when you got sick last year, that
Dude,
big
yeah.
ass speaking engagement. Dude, that like almost crushed my soul because I know how hard that had to be sitting in a hospital when the biggest speaking engagement of your life.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Bet David was the keynote. He and I were going to share the stage. I still got to meet PBD, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I was literally laying in a hospital bed, staring at the clock, going, "Fuck, I'm supposed to be on stage right now."
Oh,
No.
And it was the worst.
That
And I'm in
sucks.
Tampa, Florida, all by myself.
No family, no anything. Right?
Nothing. And
no.
even my boy that picked me up at the airport, Chris Kremitzos, who he's the founder of Podfest and a great friend of mine and has been very instrumental in my success as well. He was actually running the show, so he couldn't even be there to kind of hang out or anything. I was there. It was the craziest, most lonely experience of my life.
Gosh, man.
But I laugh about it now. So it
Yeah,
makes
for
it stronger,
sure.
right?
For sure. So for those who don't know you, take 2 seconds and tell them the Red Hat story, because I think it's a fascinating way about part of building your personal brand.
Yeah, man, it was an accident, honestly, landing on the Red Hat. And why can I not get the camera mirror thing right behind me? But anyways, there's a Supreme hat sitting right here on this clock. And I was actually speaking, well, once again, in Tampa, Florida. And I was wearing this Supreme hat. And as you can see behind me, it's red and it just has white letters that says Supreme. And after I come off stage, a friend of mine, we both speak on similar stages and always give each other shit when we come down, went through the regular spill. But then he goes, "Seriously, dude, why are you wearing the Supreme hat?" And I said, "Man, I don't know. It's a younger audience. I'm trying to be cool. Supreme is kind of cool, whatever." And he goes, "Well, are they sponsoring you?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm a middle-aged white male. They would pay me not to wear their shit, right?" So he goes, then why are you rocking their merch? You need to be rocking your brand on stage. And he goes, "But I love the red because, I think I've met everybody here. I have. I'm about 6'3", about 240. He goes, "You're a big guy. You're loud. And that red hat, man, it's just like a beacon in a crowd. And I can look down the hallway of a hotel. I can see you. We're here at this arena. We were at the Amalie Arena there in Tampa." He goes, "I can see you all the way across the arena. I know it's you." And so that really resonated with me. And after that event, I went home. I tossed the $100 Supreme hat to the side and bought a $6 unbranded flat billed red hat, slapped it on the dome, tilted it 5 degrees to the right, and the red hat guy was born.
Dude, every time I see that hat, I just want to grab it and just bend the bill. I just want.
No, dude,
How old do you guys think Larry is? This just cracks me up every time. How old do you think he is?
Larry's
if I
got
had
to
to
be
Go just based on the hat, I'd say like late 20s, but I know that's not
I know
reality.
it's not true. I was gonna say early 30s, but yeah.
I was gonna say mid 30s is going to be my guess.
You're
I
50
love it.
what?
I'm 51.
Look at this shit.
You are not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit
51.
cracks. But it's,
Wait, have you ever spent time in Hollywood?
Dude.
But here's the thing, man. Even last night, I have my Sunday ritual, okay? And last night, prior to the podcast, I went through my ritual, which is dyeing the beard. This thing's white as shit. I mean, it would match my teeth if I didn't dye the beard.
Oh, see, Donnie, that's what you need to do.
There you go, Donnie. What you need to do.
Dude, I'm natural as fuck.
Hang on, Donnie. I think we can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we got it.
Oh, wow, you took 10 years off. Easy.
Wait,
10
Oh,
years.
wait.
Hold on. How do you do it? Is that it? Oh,
But then I bought the
I've
team.
never felt so immature in my life as I did trying to flatten that bill.
Buddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. We've had a little work done. And we do a little work every week. So
I just remember we're standing at the summit. I don't know, it was after one of the evenings, and everybody kept asking Larry, and Larry finally dropped. He was 50 or 51 at the time, and dude, everybody about lost their fucking mind.
Yes.
born in 72, baby.
He's on
Oh.
some good shit, is what he's on.
Little nip, little tuck, everything happens. It's fine. It's
Hey,
fine. It's
hey.
fine. So, what's big for the year this year, Larry? I mean, what's the big game plan?
Yeah, the big game plan is to just get on more stages. That's what we're really focused on right now. Very happy, and I mentioned it a second ago. Just launched my second company called Branded with my co-host and of our podcast and my business partner Sarah Losi, and we're really, Donnie, we've been through this thing together, like we mentioned before, and over the years, you've seen me at every podcast conference.
Yeah.
And, being in the podcast space is great. But when your company revolves around launching podcasts, growing podcasts, building brands, going to podcast conferences,
Yeah, it's not where your clients are.
There's no clients there. What
Yeah.
the hell? And so it takes, and if there are clients there, everybody there is, 90% of the people there are trying to poach those exact same clients.
Yep.
So our entire business model has flipped, and we're going to conferences outside of the space. So we're doing a real estate conference in 3 weeks in Orlando. I've gotten heavily involved in the education space here in Texas. I do some consulting for the State Board of Education as far as implementing AI into the school curriculums at a state level. It's just those types of things that we're branching out and getting into other verticals to grow the businesses as compared to just being locked in to the content creation space.
Love that.
So based on that, because you're right here in Dallas, Larry, I need you to get on Donnie's calendar. I think Donnie, Stevie, and I need to have a conversation with you about an event we have coming up in September.
Okay.
We've been talking about trying to do something big with podcasters around that event, and you might be able to help us coordinate that.
That's kind of interesting because, I'll let the cat out of the bag here too, is I'm actually planning on doing something this year, and it's not till the fall. So there may be a, kind of a co-brand thing that maybe we can talk about it. I'd love to have the discussion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
Let's 4 of us get on a call and talk through it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
One of the other things that I'm fascinated with you, Larry, we talked about it on my podcast, is finding that authentic voice and being somebody that is speaking original thought, not talking points. And I think when you listen to so many podcasts, everybody's kind of got their scripted sayings and statements and things that come out of their fucking mouth versus, being able to articulate original thought or what's real time going through their head. It's fascinating to watch people try and do that, but all they can do is regurgitate what they've said 5,000 times. It blows me away. But I think you'd agree. I mean, I found it from just so many different conversations, so much original content put out there that you find your own voice along the way. I mean, is that same for you?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, and within the certain confines of what I'm doing, I don't necessarily speak like I speak. If you listen to my content, it's squeaky clean. Now, if we go back to my first podcast, it was squeaky clean, and that was for my voice. And it's to the point, my voice, and a lot of folks don't even know this because I've been in the space and I've kept it clean for so long. But I mean, we have no fuck zones in my house where I can literally not say the word. Like, bro, you got to dial it back, man. But I'm like, we've been married 22 years. And if you're not used to it by now, I mean, what's it going to take? She goes, I am used to it. I'm just sick of it. So you can't say it in my office. You can't say it in the den. This is a place of tranquility and peace. So, I
don't even have a no fuck zone on my parents' farm. I mean,
it's a farm at least, man. It's a farm. So, I mean, the worst place is I can't say fuck in the bedroom for Christ's sake. So
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Let's go back to the tortoises.
But yes, to a certain degree, I still find my own unique voice. I present content in the way that I create it. Other than the profanity, I do clean it up from that perspective. But you're right. I mean, everybody you listen to out there, especially all of those that are right there on the verge of potentially breaking through. Mm-hmm. You can listen to one, you can listen to another, you can listen to another, and all three of them, other than the tonality, sounds the exact same. They don't just get up and speak freely. They don't just say what's on their mind. They can't convey the same branding type messaging without speaking to those exact same 3 to 5 bullet points that everybody has.
Well, it's hard if you haven't done it. I mean, the first times that I really tried to get out there on stage and just speak what was top of mind, even I found myself falling back on stories I'd used 10 billion times versus, moving things forward. So it's something that I've worked on a lot, trying to figure out, okay, how do I stand up there and say what's happening now? What's top of mind now? Do I see coming down the pipes and the like? It takes a little bit of work to be able to put yourself out there on stage like that.
It's also why we get a lot more goat stories now than we ever did before.
You're welcome for that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, go to Sunday on LinkedIn. See all them people asking
Oh,
for
I
it.
know, I know. People love the
Yeah.
All those city folk, all those
All
city
those
folk.
city
Are those baby goats, Donnie?
Dwarf Nigerians, baby goat
Baby goat
Sundays.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah, I
so,
kind of need one of those. So.
right. All right, Larry. We'll keep hanging out with this, man. We're gonna play a couple of games, and
All right, brother.
and you get to help us with some of those. Peyton, let's kick it on, dude. So how does this one work, Peyton? So, so here's the thing, Larry, you're in the hot seat. So each one of us are going to say 2 truths and a lie. And Larry, you get to guess which one's the lie from all 3 of us. We all figured we knew each other way too well. So we're going to share.
Donnie gets to go first, so he's going to tell you 3 truths and 1 lie, and you got to figure out which one is a lie.
Oh, 3 truths and a lie?
Wait, what?
Oh wait, no,
Like
no.
2 truths and a lie.
Historian.
Oh, 2 truths?
Yeah, 2 truths and a lie.
I
So
thought we all just told one thing and then he guessed which one of us was lying.
Yeah, that's what I-
got
That's
it.
how it should work.
All right.
That's how it should work. She's
All
correct.
right,
Of
got
course
it.
I am. Women are
Yeah.
always right. Okay.
I didn't say
so,
that. I did not say that.
Peyton, don't get on my bad list.
I'm agreeing with you here. I can't agree with you always.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So the order is then got it. Got it.
Okay.
Donnie, Bernie, Keith, and Stevie. And what? All right.
Yeah.
So cool. And we all go around and share one thing from our list. Got it.
There you go.
So
Yes.
my first thing is I ran $5,000 worth of $5 to $7 drinks on a New Year's Eve at City Streets in downtown Fort Worth. $5,000, not as a bartender. As a bartender, I served.
Oh, I thought you drank $5.
No. I served $5,000.
That actually
that
is-
changes.
that
That
could be
actually
legit.
sounded more realistic, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I served just over $5,000 worth of $5 to $7 drinks on New Year's Eve at City Streets in downtown Fort Worth.
Damn.
Wow.
Huh.
All right.
Drinks. It is New Year's though. All right. Keith,
I think it's.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Doesn't matter.
Second.
Bernie.
So Larry,
No, no.
I once knocked myself out playing tag with my younger sister on Christmas Eve and had to get a dozen stitches.
Mm. So far,
Larry,
All right.
Larry, I've actually been in 3 movies.
Huh.
okay.
And movies everyone's heard of, like big productions.
Wow. Nice. Larry, I once got to dance with Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Right? So, Larry, your job is to take those 4 statements and pick who the liar is.
Man, all these are tough because they're all, I mean, they're feasible. There was nothing ridiculous. It wasn't like I went to the moon with my pet monkey or anything. Of course,
Wait till
I've done
round
that
two.
too.
man.
Round two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the oh golly, man. I don't know. Just because I'm jealous, I'm gonna say the Patrick Swayze thing is a lie.
Ah, true. True.
Okay,
100%.
it's true.
Mhm.
Oh wow. Okay, so I see
Oh, you go ahead and guess it. Go ahead and guess again.
Oh,
We'll see if
I
you
don't
know
want to
it.
embarrass myself, get 4 strikes, and be way out.
You can only get 3 strikes, so that's not a big
Okay.
deal.
Okay, Keith, you didn't do 3 big movies.
I have been in 3 big
That
movies.
was actually.
Varsity Blues, Pure Country, and Now You See Me.
You were in Varsity Blues. I just watched that the other night.
Yeah.
What was the third one?
Now You See Me.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Varsity Blues, but I love that movie. Right? Isn't that the
Where,
one?
where are you in Varsity Blues?
Yes,
she's a
goddamn
I'm in the stands. It was filmed down in Waco at one of those stadiums down there. I was
Oh,
in high
that's
school.
hilarious.
Gosh.
So
That's super
yep.
cool.
Pure Country, I'm in the audience. It was filmed at Will Rogers Stadium right here in Fort Worth for the stadium scene. And Now You See Me, in the very first 10 minutes of the movie, I'm on a BlackBerry on my phone and the camera's spinning. You can see my face for about that much.
There you go. There you go.
I want to watch all of these movies today and find Keith.
That was me on Walker Texas Ranger.
Where's Waldo?
All right, so it's between Bernie and Donnie. Ah, man. New Year's Eve. I mean, that seems feasible. $5,000 doesn't seem like it's that far away on New Year's Eve.
And Bernie talks like he's been knocked out.
Well, the mustache, I think the mustache is like he probably. I'm gonna go Bernie. Bernie, you did not knock yourself out.
No, it is true. I was like 11 years old, chasing my sister at my uncle's condo, and ran underneath. She was a little shorter than me. Ran underneath the iron staircase. She made it. I didn't.
Oh, hey, all right.
Larry's worst fears just came true.
I know. I get on the show. I'm starting my week off as a loser. 0 for 4. Damn.
Yeah. So the largest New Year's Eve I ran was just over $7,000 on $5 to $7 drinks. I made $2,700 myself that night.
Wow.
Wow.
Good night.
So
makes you want to go back and be a bartender on New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next round. So
round 2, just go first, Donnie.
Yep.
Keep the same order.
So I've stood on top of the largest mountain in Norway wearing nothing but a snowball.
Yes.
Please, for the love of God, do not show us the picture.
Do not have a picture. Do not have a picture of this. Gosh.
You know he does.
All right. Larry, I have been married twice and divorced twice.
Okay.
I once climbed a large mountain while working in Alaska for Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Huh. The combination of the mountain and Hertz Rent-A-Car all in the same sentence. I was like, huh. Oh gosh. Okay, easy one. I was deported from Australia.
Oh, that's not a good name, mate.
Why can't you be deported from Texas?
Man, I don't know how you would get deported from Australia, so I'm going to say that one's a fib.
That's actually the truth.
Actually true.
You really got deported from
What happens
Australia?
when an American runs a business without a proper freaking visa?
I ran a business without a proper business visa and I got deported.
Wow. Okay. Well, 0 for 5.
Wait, you can go. You can go over.
Of the other 3, who's the liar? Of the other 3, who's the liar?
Donnie, where was that mountain?
Norway.
Norway? Yeah, but you got the military thing going on. You could have been in Norway, so that could have happened. Bernie, I don't know what the hell you're doing with Hertz Rent-A-Car in Alaska. Fuck it, Bernie. Bernie.
You got it this time,
Oh,
Larry.
yes!
You got it.
I'm 1 in 5.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, he had the picture.
Oh my gosh.
At least it was a significantly sized snowball. So
I was really trying to get the blurred screen up there before you could do it. I knew it was coming. I saw it. I couldn't get there in time.
That's awesome.
Wow.
All right. The next one. I forgot my own acronym while giving a keynote presentation.
I have been to 48 of the 50 states, but I have lived in 15 of them.
Oh, wow.
I am ordained in the state of Michigan to perform marriage services and sign marriage licenses by 2 organizations.
I've been engaged 7 times and married 3 times.
That's impressive.
Not really.
She said, "Thank you."
That's impressive, man.
Oh, Matt. That's precious. Yes.
She just wouldn't say yes, so he kept asking.
He kept asking.
Wow. Wow. That's 7 times is a lot, dude. That's a couple. Yeah. But it just seems so feasible because he said it. This is like, yeah, okay, we'll get married. I'm kidding.
Maybe
Did
not.
you guys know there's a black widow law in Texas? The only reason I know is one of my friend's mom can no longer be married in the state of Texas.
Yeah,
That's
she
right.
got married too many times.
Yes, 6 times in
she
Texas. Her 7th,
She has to go to Oklahoma now.
No, she went to Louisiana for her 7th.
Oh, that's right.
Again,
Louisiana.
you can only get married 6 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 times in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
black widow law. Who knew?
If you can kill it, if you killed them, I can see the Black Widow coming into play there. Man. I didn't know they just put a cap on it, man. Well, I got 4 more swings, so I'm good. See how it plays out. But Donnie, that yours is way too believable. I mean,
Yeah, because we
done
know
worse.
you've forgotten things. on
I've done
stage.
worse. On
Dude,
stage.
I got the nickname Rex from it. I mean, the acronym was relax, and I forgot the freaking L and the A and the freaking thing went REX.
Rex.
Mm.
Got it.
Bernie, what was yours again?
So I'm ordained in the state of
Oh,
Michigan to perform marriages.
From 2 organizations.
2 organizations.
All right, I'm calling shenanigans.
No, that is factual. I am ordained by the Universal Life Church and the Church of the Dude.
The Church of the
The
Dude.
Church of the Dude.
Not even a real church?
I mean, it's
I mean, it's an online.
They got a website. They have a website.
That
You
makes it
paid
official.
them money.
It's a dude ranch.
I remember one of my best friends growing up. I got ordained here in the state of Texas, and he was going to Christ for the Nations, which, if you're not familiar, it's a Christian university in South Dallas. And he came over to my house, and I showed him my little certificate that said I was ordained, and he got so mad he ate it. I was like, man, just mail it back, bro. It's not that big a deal. But, who knows? Anyway,
It's actually called the Church of the Latter-day Dude.
the Latter-day Dude.
That's right.
Wow.
All right.
Interesting.
I'm drawing blank. Can I get the names again? Again, please.
There it is.
Keith, there we go. Keith, you're probably married, so I'm going to say no.
I was married twice, remember, and divorced twice. That was actually true. So
it is true.
No, it
what
is.
did you just share?
This one is a lie, though.
That's what I was saying.
I have been to all 48 states, but I've only lived in 11.
Oh, okay. All right. Dang it, I was still on the marriage thing. So anyways,
Not
I
15.
got lucky there.
So,
but anyways,
yeah.
Keith,
I was married and divorced twice. That one was true, actually.
Nice.
all right.
Nice. All right,
He's got
P,
2. He's got right.
Yep, let's kick it on, P. Now, instead of doing Would You Rather, P, let's do the teaching one. I think that'll be a hell of a lot more fun, especially with Larry here. It'll be a better conversation.
Hang on, can we transition 3 more times?
Good for you, little shit. So each week we try and teach something. And last week, as we were putting this together, we were talking about, the struggles, because Peyton's just launched his company and he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I looked at everybody else. I'm like, raise your hand if you feel like you know what the fuck you're doing running a business. And nobody raised their hand, right? So we wanted to talk about the kind of the truth behind building a business, because there's so many people out there that are on these soapboxes of start a company, right? Everybody should do it. You building a business easy. And I'll be honest, when I launched my company, when I heard Gary Vee talking about building a business and Jen Sincero and Tim Ferriss, dude, they made it sound really freaking easy. And I thought, God, if it's so easy, why shouldn't anybody do it? And then I got out and really got punched in the face by life. So, I mean, because building a business is the hardest thing I've ever done. And you take in, growing up in a very poor blue collar family, the Marine Corps, freaking, almost 25 years straight commission sales guy, and running a business.
Getting his ass kicked as a kid.
Yeah, getting my ass kicked as a kid. That's true. Getting my ass kicked as an adult sometimes too, right? But running a business is by far the toughest thing. Why do you think so many people try and make it all sunshine and rainbows? Is it because they're just selling shit?
Yes. Sell the dream, man.
Yeah, they're selling the hype. They're not selling anything. They're selling the hype.
Yeah.
They want to be successful. They want to be the cool kid. Entrepreneurship is super cool right now. And it has been for the last, 5 years or so. It's been
it's the new MLM, right? You can become a millionaire overnight.
Yep. There was a book once and it was called How to Be an Overnight Success. That's the title of the book, right? How to Be an Overnight Success, which of course, as an entrepreneur, right? Walking through Barnes & Noble, you see the book, you're like, oh, I need that, right? I get the book, whatever. I open the book. The very first sentence is, I became an overnight success in 18 years of hard work. And I thought, what a great statement to entrepreneurship, right? Because I feel like that's the piece. We see it as overnight success because it's somebody you never heard of yesterday, and all of a sudden today they're everywhere. So it feels like an overnight success. But the truth is, the ones who really make it, they did a shit ton of work to get there. You just now hear about them. So to you, it feels overnight. To them, it was 18 years in the making. And I've always held on to that idea for myself. And so when people say things, I'm always like, you know what, but I'm working hard. And in this work, I will become an overnight success to somebody.
Yeah. I keep looking back at my buddy Cody Jinks, who's gotten really big in the country music scene, and listen to people say that he became an overnight success. You know, he's the highest grossing unlabeled country singer right now, and freaking that dude for 14, 15 years sat on shitty bar stools and dive country clubs, smoke filled places. And he just kept showing up until it finally started breaking loose for him. And I think that's the story we don't get to see often.
Yeah, it's always funny when I talk to different networking groups and things like that, right? They're like, hey, how did you get to a point where your company's starting to take off now? And I'm like, oh, it's simple, right? All the hard work I did 3 years ago is starting to fucking turn up.
Yeah.
So got to go through it.
I'm not the biggest Swiftie or anything, but I mean, look at Taylor Swift. She was playing on, 18-foot flatbed trailers being pulled by a Chevrolet when she first started out. And now she's, top of the mountain. And it is all that hard work. And we talked about it earlier. I've been at this 10 years now in this podcast game. I founded my company in 2017. So here we are. We're going on 7 years just for that. And it's taken all of that time. And even when I left corporate, I finally left my corporate gig January 4th of 2021. So here we are. We're just 3 years into the whole solo thing. And I'll tell you right now, that first year sucked shit.
Yes.
Terrible. It was terrible. It was the worst. And I even planned ahead. And this is what a lot of people miss too, is that I planned everything out to leave that corporate job. I used to drive that most kick-ass Ford Raptor that was all duded up. I sold my Raptor. So I had no car because I figured if I'm working from home, I don't need to be going anywhere. The wife and I can share the car. If I travel anywhere, I take an Uber to the airport. So why make that $1,000 a month truck payment? So I sold that. I paid off my other car. We paid off all of our debt other than our mortgage. We prepared for this. And it
still sucked.
And it still sucked shit.
Yes.
And I left in January. And long about August, I got an old knock on the office door here at the house. And the wife goes, hey, bro, we need to have a little chat. Because this business plan of yours, it ain't working out the way you said it was going to work. You're right. So we had to change things up and change our entire perspective of how I was going about trying to find clients and how I was trying to build this business and how I was trying to make this podcast thing work. And people don't see that behind the scenes. They don't see those sacrifices.
What I think would be really telling,
watch
it. How many businesses have you actually started since starting your business? Because I'm on 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm up there too. The brands change.
Yeah.
When we met, I had Readily Random.
Yeah, I remember that
podcast, and that was the name of my business originally, which was the dumbest fucking name you could ever name. Then I went through what I go through. I went Podcast Boost. I went One Big Win. I went. There's probably another couple ones that I'm not even thinking of off the top of my head before I finally landed on the Red Hat, and it actually had some legs.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily the hat that gave me legs. It was the fact that I'd gone through the fire, the fact that I had the experience and that I had lived this life. Now I had an identifier where people recognize me when I'm in a certain space. But the brand, and that's what my book all talks about, even though it's written with ChatGPT, the brand's not the fucking hat. The brand is everything underneath it. That's why it's called Under the Red Hat, because I'm the brand. Everything that I do is part of the brand, and it's how my brand is displayed and it's how it's received. This just makes me stand out in a crowd.
100%, dude. I had a graphic design company, a podcast production company, a sales training company, a magazine. And it wasn't till I was 2.5 years in that we launched Success Champions Networking. And in March 24th, we hit year 4 with that. And it was that same year that we launched the Success Champion Networking that we launched the inaugural Badass Business Summit, which hits its 5th year this year. So
awesome.
Just insane.
Well,
Stevie, how many businesses?
Oh gosh,
it's a bunch.
I mean, if we talk my whole life too, because this is my 4th time as an entrepreneur. So, I'm probably up to 10 or 12 if we're being incredibly honest. But something that I think isn't said enough is the business you start will not be the business you end with, and that's okay. That doesn't make it's a failure. That doesn't mean that you are horrible at business. You're just looking, and Larry just said, you're looking for the idea that has legs.
Yeah.
You're looking for the thing that finally, but you're going to do a ton of work, learning a lot along that process. And I think that's the thing when we talk to people and new entrepreneurs, they have their idea and they're like, this is it. This is it. And I always want to like tell them, well, this is it right now. And 2 years from now, it might be something completely different. And you need to be okay with that. You need to be open to that.
Well, part of it's chasing the revenue, right? I mean,
Yes.
you've got to see what people are actually going to pay for, show up for, and tell others about. And I think oftentimes we get paid and maybe get some results from it, but nobody's talking about it after the fact. Nobody's telling others about it. But so you don't grow because it's not a good enough business idea to get other people to buy in and help you build it.
Well, and just because it's a good idea to you does not mean it's a profitable idea.
100%.
Good ideas and profitable ideas are two completely separate things. And I think that's what I know has been my struggle a lot is I have a lot of good ideas, but having profitable ideas are less, right?
You just got called a genius, Stevie.
Yeah, by Jen Lafine.
Love it.
That kind of justifies that PhD there on the end of the name.
It does. It really does.
Well, and Stevie, how much does putting a PhD on the end of your name lead to like 7-12 figures? I mean, it's an instant guaranteed, right?
Yeah. Hey, when I got it, and it's so funny because the person who said this to me was somebody in academics who did not have a business, did not have any of that, right? But they said to me, as soon as I graduated with my PhD, they said, the number one thing you should do is put doctor on the front of your name and don't put the PhD behind it. Because most people won't read all the way to the end of your name. And so put the doctor in front, you'll open more doors. And so for years, my branding has always been the doctor in front. And still my Instagram is Dr. Stevie Don. And that's because somebody told me, because people won't read to the end of your name and the doctor will open doors. And kid you not, my first 2 big city contracts, when I asked them, like, why did you choose me over other people? It was the doctorate.
Doctor.
Wow.
It's sad because I know
who do you operate on?
But
who do you operate on? I mean, what surgery do you perform?
I mean, I kick you in the nuts. That's my
Oh,
this is true.
Those surgeries are pretty popular these days.
They are indeed. But no, I mean, it's so true, right? Like, I mean, and I'm like, I don't really think that the doctor, I mean, yes, I think I'm a genius in comparison to Donnie, but like in other people, not so much, right? But
that's
that
not a whole lot.
I mean, I know. But that title really did open doors. And so people ask me all the time, like, should I get certified and those kinds of things? And I always say, no, you don't need it. You don't need it. You can build a business without it. But I will admit that my first 2 big contracts came from that.
Yeah.
And so again, did that have anything to do with me or my hard work? No, that was just luck. That was just, I already had it and I used it in the right way. That's all that was.
When did you guys think you had business figured out?
Ask me in 50 years.
20 years, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's been 3 years and I don't know shit yet.
Probably my biggest regret was selling my pool business, honestly, before I even got into this content creation game. Back in the mid single digits of the 2000s, I owned Pristine Pool and Spa Service and I built it from the ground up. And probably had 50 clients, 55 clients on my route here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And I had my corporate gig, but my business partner was also the vice president of our IT department. So I got a little leeway to be able to do both, right? So I changed my schedule. I'd work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the office. Then I'd get off at 3 and I'd go do the route and I'd do repairs and remodels and that sort of thing. And it got to the point where I couldn't sustain it anymore doing both. Right. But again, did not have that testicular fortitude to step out.
Yeah.
And I sit here today and I think back and go, man, what could that have been? Now I sold the business and made a nice little profit off of it. It was a good venture, but I still sit back and go, man, I think that one could have been it if I'd have just stuck with it.
Well, right. And if you knew what you knew now, right, we can all say that. Like if I went back to when I started the business at the end of 2014, knowing what I know now, I would have totally done that different.
Oh, this is why I'm so jealous of the kids nowadays. I mean, a lot of these kids aren't even thinking about going to get jobs or anything else. They're starting businesses. And I'm like, where was the people in my life that were like, hey, you're 18, 19 years old, start a fucking company?
Yeah, no.
You know, everybody was, our generation growing up, it was get a job, go to work, retire.
The problem in our generation, though, is we thought starting a company would cost $500,000, $1 million, right? Like you're buying a franchise, you're doing this. no clue that you could just start your own original thing.
Well, that's because we were all born back when dinosaurs were around. There wasn't this thing called the internet.
Yeah,
I mean,
when all we
Listen,
had was drawings and dirt. What could
right.
I thought I was the oldest.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you think your company would have worked when growing up? Not this one. No.
Mine would. Mine would now because people have been networking since the 80s.
Yeah.
So
Mine didn't exist. So I maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I started a karate school. I opened a karate school probably 97-ish, and that failed miserably. So that was my first big failure. But, you know, if you're going to start a school, you probably don't want to put it in a warehouse in Texas with no AC and no heat. So
yeah.
I don't see the problem.
It'll be
Lesson
fine.
learned.
We'll be moving. It'll be fine. It was not fun. No.
All right, kids, we got 4 minutes to wrap this thing up and get us all out of here. What announcements do you guys have? What's coming up? What should people be aware of? Stevie, what's your next play?
So 2 things. We got a webinar coming up the end of the month that's going to be all about creating dynamic culture at your organization. So look out for that information. I should be posting about that today. And then the next play is Clinically Undepressed. We open April 5th. And it's
Larry, that's out in Mansfield.
Yeah, out in Mansfield. But a cute story about a child who can only experience happiness and no other emotion. And how does that change the life of everybody around him? Super cool show. Would love for y'all to come out and see it.
Keith, when's your workshop?
This Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Find me on LinkedIn. You'll find my event talking about you have a network, but is it the right network? Talking about getting ROI out of your business networking and making this thing actually work.
Oh, so my problem is I include Donnie. Got it.
Yes.
Lesson learned.
Number 1.
Barney, you got any events coming up?
I am going to be doing a virtual masterclass around how to facilitate virtual masterclasses and keep them engaging. Amazingly. So we're going to be doing either the 20th or the 27th. I'll be finalizing that this week and getting some messaging out on social.
That's awesome. Larry, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, man. If you guys don't know, I also am the editor-in-chief of the Podfest Messenger, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, independent podcasters newsletter in the world. I also co-promote Podfest, and we have an event coming up April 22nd to the 24th. It's a virtual event on AI and creator tools. So it's going to be
What's it called again?
AI and creator tools Podfest Masterclass.
Nice.
They can just find that in the Google search as they go to.
It'll be on Google search. You can go to podfestexpo.com for all the details there as well. And if you want to learn about podcasting, my newsletter is strictly for independent podcasters. Every issue is all about how you can build and grow your show. You can go to podfestmessenger.com and just drop your email in there, not my email, your email in there. And we send the newsletter out every Wednesday morning at 4:30 a.m. So
that's awesome. And then, guys, don't forget September 18th through the 20th, Badass Business Summit coming to Fort Worth, Texas. You're going to see some of the best of the game. And I just got a message this morning from a target that I've been talking to. They're in. So we are bringing a very big powerhouse fucking name to the stage, and I'm really, really stoked about get that conversation up and running. So we'll make that announcement the next week or two, but it's going to be amazing. So 3 days of pure badassery and awesome stuff. But guys, hope you get your week is freaking awesome and amazing. Hope you kick ass, have a lot of fun. Larry, thank you for hanging out. Stevie, wish you didn't show up. Bernie, thanks for the mustache. Keith, whatever. So as always, guys, go have a badass week. Love you, mean it. See you. Bye.